what happened. I don't know. I don't know if it was my end or your end, but anyway, the phone went dead.
I understand that.
Okay, so
That you're having technical problems.
yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it's the way technology is, I guess. I don't know, but we got a clear system, and we never had this problem before. That's incredible. But I guess somebody doesn't like us. What we're talking about here. I guess somebody really doesn't like what we're saying at all whatsoever.
Right. Well, getting back to where I was, and we were talking about the issue of where do I go now?
Yeah, right.
You know, the smokes and the smoke screen and the bells and whistles and all the things that Matthew Virgin seems to throw off at people. What people what they need to understand is that the man is a real fast, smooth talker.
Right.
He's a used car salesman.
Right.
So, you know, you have to kind of take a look at the situation here. And for one is he's here illegally. I mean, if people don't believe that, well, then that's your own ignorance. I mean, it's just something that they're going to have to figure out on their own.
Right.
Now, I noticed that you took that show off with Matt Virgin. Is there any particular reason, or?
Yeah, the reason why I did that because I found out that that video that he sent me, this guy being armed, that scared the crap out of me.
Well, I noticed that he's always, and I don't know if he was very particular about one of the bags that he carried with him. I don't know if he has a firearm in there. It could be speculation. But the thing is the fact that he is handling firearms in this country. He comes here on just a front door pass, and he has no intentions of going back. And he is looking and searching desperately for a wife because he thinks that this is going to remedy his problem, and that's not going to handle that. What he doesn't understand is that right now he is here unlawfully. Okay?
Right.
A lot of people are saying, well, why are you picking on Matt? He helped so many people. I have been around that man for 2 months. I've never seen him do one thing this year to help.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
To help one particular case, I haven't seen anybody that's been helped by him. Who in their right mind would honestly allow somebody to come in their house and put up with him and have him stay there while he supposedly handles their case?
Right.
You know, I never seen him handle any cases. Let me tell you an average day of Matt Virgin at Coleman's house.
Right.
Matt would sleep until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
He would get up. He'd have to have his cigarettes, which I have to tell you that I had to purchase because he has no money. He has no job.
Right.
So he had to have his cigarettes, and he had to have his cup of coffee, and then he finally starts waking up and getting around. Okay?
Right.
After that, then he kind of mopes and mopes around, and, you know, the guy is just pretty much lazy. When I ran my ministry, I would be out doing stuff. He'd want to sit in the van. He'd want to sit there and smoke. He didn't want to be involved in anything. You know, it gets to the point to where you get tired of it.
Yeah.
I know at one time he was telling people that I held him captive here. Oh, my God. I would have gotten rid of him in a heartbeat. See, he puts himself in your home, and then he strands himself here purposely so that you have to pay to get rid of him.
Right.
And, you know, we've already paid to bring him here. He was only supposed to stay here for a couple weeks. He was supposed to stay here as long as he did. But he strands himself here, and he puts himself at your mercy. So you have to treat him like a baby. You have to buy him coffee and these monster drinks that cost $5 a pop, and you have to buy him cigarettes and, you know, and all this stuff. And he's just so ignorant when it comes to being around a family. He has no respect for anybody. And he claims that I never fed him. I would take him to Burger King, and his order would be 20 Junior Whoppers. You know, lettuce, tomato, pickle, ketchup, mustard, whatever. 20 him, holding a tray of 20 of them.
Wow.
Then he claims that he doesn't get fed. So when it gets down to that point, you know, you really get tired of it.
Yeah.
Now, I saved all the receipts from having him around here, and I just told him, I says, Matt, I says, you got to go. You got to get out of here. You know, just little things like that. So if people think he's such a great person and they want to have him in his house, well, once I found out he was illegal, I sent him packing. But what people have to understand is if you know that he's illegal and don't play stupid, and you have him there, you're harboring an illegal alien, which is a felony.
Right.
Everybody talks about all this felony stuff. So the biggest thing I want to cover is let's talk about what he discussed on your radio show before you deleted it.
Right.
And for one is I am a pastor, so that proves he's a liar. I mean, if anybody wants to see documentation, they can go online, they can look it up.
Right.
And even if I wasn't, big deal. I don't understand what he's trying to prove here.
Right.
Okay, number two, fake profiles. You know, what difference does it matter with fake profiles? I don't understand the point he's trying to put across here.
Right.
And then he says that I grabbed him by the throat. So when you take that, if that's all this man's got, then he's got nothing.
Yeah.
So I encourage him that if I have assaulted him or have offended him in any way, I encourage him to come back to South Dakota. Let's go into the police department. Let's sit down and let's handle this like men to men and press charges on me.
Right.
Because he's not gonna. Because he knows that when he shows his face in South Dakota, he will be arrested and he will be deported.
Right.
So when he helped me with, I take care of elderly people, and I do have an elderly person that I take care of, and he's wound up to be a very good friend. And Matthew had came to his house, and he needed his storage unit to be cleaned out.
Oh, wow.
And I asked him if he'd help, and we went over there. Matthew found money in the storage unit and wound up stealing it.
Oh, my God.
And he tried to steal the guy's firearms. He had some bullets and some I don't know, these gun holsters and some things like that he had, and he had all these things that he tried to steal.
Right.
And then he lied to the guy.
Really?
So,